Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-week world currencies, stock markets and commodities deep dive for Friday, March 28, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. Key currencies show mixed results against the US dollar. The greenback weakened significantly against the euro, showing a very strong negative trend. The dollar strengthened against the yen, closing up for 3 consecutive weeks. Month-to-date returns reveal notable weakness in the dollar against the euro, declining 4.57%. The greenback shows similar weakness against sterling, down 2.83% for the month. Looking at longer-term performance, the dollar shows strength against the yen over 3 years, with a 21% total return. The greenback has declined against the Swiss franc over the past decade, down 8.2%. Among other currencies, the dollar shows downward volatility against the rupee, falling for 4 consecutive weeks. The greenback maintains a strong positive trend against the yuan, breaking upward after consolidation. Short-term returns show the dollar advancing against the Singapore dollar this week, up 0.45%. The greenback has declined 2.2% against the rupee month to date. 10-year performance metrics show the dollar gained 36.8% against the rupee, while the greenback advanced 32.4% versus the kiwi, reflecting long-term strength against these currencies.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. Turkey led gains, closing up 6.1% to 32.67, despite hitting new yearly lows. Indonesia followed with a 4.8% rise. Singapore achieved new yearly highs with a very strong positive trend. Weekly returns show Turkey and Indonesia leading with gains over 4.8%, while year-to-date returns reveal both down more than 8%. Poland shows strength with a 36% year-to-date return. Long-term performance shows Poland with consistent positive returns across all timeframes. Singapore posts a strong 30% one-year return. Turkey shows mixed results with 63% 3-year gains, but negative 10-year returns. Among declining markets, Taiwan led losses, dropping 4.7% with strong downward volatility. Denmark fell 3.9%, marking its 3rd consecutive weekly decline. Both show very strong negative trends. Weekly performance shows Taiwan down 4.8%, while month-to-date losses reach 5.9%. Denmark declined 5.1% this month. South Korea shows mixed signals with negative weekly returns, but positive year-to-date performance. Long-term analysis reveals Denmark with nearly 99% gains over 10 years despite recent weakness. Philippines shows consistent negative returns across all time frames, down 40% over 10 years.
Considering commodities, I'm Liquidity. Gold futures and silver futures both achieved new all-time highs, with gold reaching 3,118 and silver at 34.82. Copper futures also hit a new peak, while aluminum futures extended its decline for a 3rd consecutive week. The metals sector shows remarkable strength in recent returns. Gold and silver both posted impressive monthly gains of 9.5% and 10.5%, respectively. Copper has gained 12.3% this month, while aluminum remains the outlier with a 2.3% monthly decline. Looking at long-term performance, gold leads with a 10-year return of 160%, averaging 10% annually. Silver follows with 104% over the same period. Aluminum shows the weakest long-term performance with a modest 22.5% gain over 10 years. In energy futures, natural gas stands out with a 2.6% gain. Crude oil and gasoline futures have both risen for 3 consecutive weeks, while heating oil shows a strong negative trend despite modest gains. Monthly returns in energy show natural gas leading with a 6.6% gain. Brent crude and WTI crude both show slight monthly declines, while heating oil has dropped 2.5% this month. The 10-year performance metrics reveal modest gains across energy futures. Crude oil leads with a 42% total return, followed by natural gas at 58%. Brent crude and heating oil show returns around 30%. In livestock futures, live cattle reached a new all-time high, rising 4.8%. Class 2I milk hit a new one-year low, dropping 5.8%. Lean hogs shows consolidation after recent gains. Monthly returns show live cattle leading with a 10.7% gain. Feeder cattle rose 3.6%, while Class 2E milk declined 6.6%. Corn futures dropped 3.5% for the month. In livestock futures, live cattle futures hit a new all-time high, closing at 208.93, up 9.57, showing a strong upward trend with notable volatility. Class 2I milk futures dropped to a new yearly low of 17.45, down 5.8% with a strong negative trend. Grain futures showed broad weakness. Wheat futures fell 37 to 551.75, down 6.2%, amid increasing downward volatility. Oat futures had the steepest decline, dropping 29.75 to 351, a 7.8% fall with a very strong negative trend. In the weekly returns, oat futures showed the largest decline at minus 7.8%. Soybean futures was the only gainer, up 1.2% for the week. Month to date, all grains are showing negative returns, with oats leading losses at minus 4.9%. Looking at long-term performance, grain futures show concerning trends. Wheat futures has declined nearly 50% over 3 years. Corn futures is down 39% in the same period. 10-year returns remain mostly flat across the sector. In soft commodities, orange juice plunged to a new yearly low, down 42.20 to 233.95, a 15.2% drop. Cocoa moved against the trend, rising 282 to 8,047, up 3.6%. Sugar declined 3.3%. Weekly returns in soft commodities were mixed. Orange juice led declines at minus 15.3%, while cocoa gained 3.6%. Year to date, coffee shows the strongest performance, up 18.7%, while orange juice has fallen 52.3%. 3-year returns show remarkable divergence. Cocoa leads with a 201% total return, while cotton has declined 52%. Coffee shows the strongest 1-year performance, up 101%.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-week World Currency, Markets and Commodities episode. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Liquidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold brew. Finance is an experimental project with market reports, written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency and commodities. Thanks for watching.